Donald Trump posted a tweet last night, and now everyone is asking, is there gonna be all-out war between Venezuela and the United States? Only Trump could post something like that. But let's start today with some pretty serious news coming out of, you guessed it, the USA. When is there never news coming out of the US? Donald Trump posted a tweet last night, and now everyone is asking, is there gonna be all-out war between Venezuela and the United States? Only Trump could post something like that. Now, the reason being, Trump wrote on Truth Social, to all airlines, pilots, drug dealers, human traffickers, please consider the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela to be closed in its entirety. Bro, he's closing down other countries' airspace. Now, he didn't specify exactly what this means, but a senior military analyst and a former NATO Supreme Allied Commander told CNN,
we should read into it that strikes are very probably going to occur over the course of this week.
Now, on top of that, Trump on Thanksgiving, what a way to celebrate Thanksgiving, said to the armed forces that strikes on Venezuela's land are going to be happening very soon, which would massively escalate things. Because, as you know, we've reported on this in the past, but over the past couple of months, the US has built its military presence around that area, and they've carried out at least 21 strikes on boats now. Remember that when the first one hit and everyone was like, oh my God, there's been 20 more. This has now killed 80 people. On top of that, the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, he posted, we have only just begun to kill narco-terrorists. The BBC reported that the US has also deployed the world's largest air carrier, the USS General Ford, and about 15,000 troops to within striking distance of Venezuela. That makes it the largest deployment that the US has had in the region since it invaded Panama in 1989. Now, we've also reported in the past that Venezuela is actively preparing for a US attack, and they're even giving arms training to civilians, not just the military, so that if the time comes, everyone, not just the army, can defend their land. So, how are we if the US actually attacks? Well, no one really knows. A lot of people are going to say this, but, you know, the one thing that the US has stated as their main goals is, one, obviously stopping drug trafficking, which is the reason for all those bombs on the boats. But secondly, they really want Maduro, their president, to be gone. In fact, they've even put a $50 million bounty on his arrest. That is more than they've ever put on any other human being ever. That's double what they offered for Osama bin Laden. Just put that in perspective. Now, a couple other minor things that complicate the situation is that Venezuela has also got the largest proven crude oil reserves in the world. It's like 300 billion plus barrels, which is more than Saudi. But, funny little thing, their production of that oil, which is actually going out, is very minimal because of, you know, mismanagement and, of course, sanctions. And then there's also the little fact that, you know, Venezuela is allies with Russia, which NATO, which the US is part of, sees as a very big threat. So an actual strike from the US to Venezuela would, I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate. But if it does happen, boys, strap in, because we're going to have a pretty crazy next couple of videos.